Good evening, everyone. We will now begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for blessings and protection received while participating in the construction of a paradise on earth. Amatsu-Norito and Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Taka harani kamuzumarimasu kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite tsume miyoya kamu izanagi no mikoto tsukushi no himoka no tachihana no odo no ahagi hara ni misogi hara itamu toki ni narimaseru Araido no o kami tachi moro moro no magaguto tsumi kegareo. Arai tamae kiyome tamae tomao tsukoto no yoshio. Amatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yorozu no kami tachi tomoni. Ame no fuchi koma no mimi furi tatete. Kikoshi mese to kashikomi momosu. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Kamnagara tamachi haemase. Kamnagara tamachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated for group Johrei. May God and Meishu-sama bless you. Teaching for this evening is entitled Good and Evil. It's from Daily Inspirations, page 73. People overly concerned with winning favor and gaining approval in the eyes of others are estranged from a God-centered life. Good deeds, clearly visible to everyone, cannot be compared spiritually to those done secretly, without fanfare. They are heaven's true treasures. Even if wrong deeds can be hidden from the eyes of others, there is no way to hide them from oneself. A good deed is something done to help others or for the good of society. An excellent way to accumulate virtue is to transmit divine light to others through Johrei. Hidden virtues are those good deeds done secretly, unknown to others. Most contributions made to charities are usually well publicized, and as a result, the reward one receives is in the form of fame or reputation. It is part of human nature to desire that. But when you accumulate hidden virtues, you receive your reward from God, which is far more precious. Hidden virtue is much better than known virtue. So, my advice is to accumulate as many hidden virtues as is possible. Then God will reward you many times over. Accumulating a hidden virtue is the most precious thing. It becomes your treasure in heaven. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining this evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters. This evening, I have two faith experiences I would like to share, one from Italy and one from Brazil. The one from Italy is from Valeria de Moraes. She lives in Rimini. Valeria Celes de Moraes became a Johrei member in Rio de Janeiro and currently lives in Rimini, as I said so. When she was 4 years old, she fell ill with asthma and bronchitis and spent her whole childhood receiving treatment with cortisone-based vaccines and inhalers. Unfortunately, those treatments were only palliatives, and she had strong and frequent respiratory crises. Her childhood flowed so in a limited way. Any activity tired her, and she was also allergic to dust, perfumes, animal hair, and so on. In addition to health problems, she was disturbed by the conflicts that had affected her family due to serious economic difficulties and frequent spiritual problems that troubled her mother. At the age of 14, she began attending our church with her sister and mother. By receiving Johrei every day, she began to have a series of toxin elimination. She often vomited and had nosebleeds. Her mother regularly took her to the hospital to have her bleeding treated, but her purifications continued. With the passage of time, and thanks to Johrei, her respiratory crisis decreased in both intensity and frequency. Finally, Valeria and her mother received the Ohikari, and on the guidance of their minister, Valeria began to give her mother Johrei for 30 minutes a day, and to practice the offering of gratitude, monetary donations, with her utmost commitment and sincerity. After a few months, her mother's spiritual problems ceased, their financial situation improved, and harmony returned to their family. Her father, who received the Johrei with skepticism, over time recognized that God and Meishu-sama, through the practice of Johrei and the offerings of gratitude, had changed their lives. She continued to have small respiratory crises until she was 21, but she already realized that these were nothing more than elimination of toxins. Today, she's a happy and healthy person thanks to Johrei. From this experience, she had known and learned to respect the law of purification. Valeria wants to spread Johrei to as many people as possible so that they can become as happy as she feels. There was a nice experience from Valeria from Rimini, Italy, and the next one I want to share. This one is from Sayonara Azevedo. She's from Ilha do Governador, Brazil. Sayonara Azevedo had known the Johrei movement for many years, but she started to attend it assiduously in 2017. Despite being a biologist, she had no affinity with agriculture or the ability to work with plants. She was invited to home gardening workshops at our church. Initially, she was reluctant to participate in it. However, becoming aware of the importance of changing her feelings, she began attending the workshops, which took place weekly. Every cultivation was a learning experience. She developed love, patience, and respect for nature. She learned to deal with losses and frustrations, as well as understanding that everything has a right time. She felt closer to God and Meishu-sama's teachings. In 2018, she was blessed to become a Johrei member and became furthermore involved with the dedications in the Nature Farming's column of salvation. In March of last year, she sponsored a home gardening workshop at her home, to which she invited a friend who suffers from panic attacks and depression syndrome. He participated in a very receptive way and later began to follow our online services on a daily basis. Currently, her friend is much better and has reduced the amount of medication he used to take. He continues to attend the online services and has already expressed his desire to visit the Guarapiranga sacred grounds. During the pandemic, Sayonara had the opportunity to participate in lectures, meetings, and online sharing of experiences. She was invited to attend a virtual event at a school to talk about nature farming, and it was very gratifying for her. She's very thankful to God, Meishu-sama, and her ancestors for experiencing moments of such happiness, gratitude, and learning. She commits to continue practicing and disseminating nature farming, which is an important column for the divine work to make paradise on earth a reality. So this was the faith experience of Sayonara Azevedo from Ilha do Governador, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Thank you very much for attending this service, for listening to the experiences. I wish you a very blessed evening and the blessed week ahead of us. Thank you very much. With this concludes our evening service.